Hey friends, we're out here in the garden working on several things today. He's putting together some kind of support for our grapevine, and I noticed a lot of stress in the plants because the temperature drops. So I wanted to show some of the different types of stress that I know of. Although I don't know what all my plants are telling me. I do know a lot of people are asking me if they're watering too much or they're not watering enough. So I'm going to show you some of our plants so you can definitely tell if they've had enough water or too much water, and some other signs of stress they may be telling you they need their needs. If we come down here, we can see these leaves are a little yellow. That's common if they don't get enough sun. He just needs some time. That's all he needs. Other than that, he looks pretty healthy. This guy does too. Sometimes you'll see some leaves doing this. That could be because of the weather. We've had some low temperatures that suddenly dropped. The weather said it was supposed to stay above 50 and then it didn't. So I trusted it and I shouldn't have. That could have been because of that. It could have been some other resource or other sources. He could have been stressed too long and I didn't catch it, and so it's just okay. He's fine. He's recovering everywhere else and he'll be a healthy plant. Well, this is not a tomato plant. You can see how healthy this lemon balm is, how his leaves are kind of cupped and going up towards the sun. He is a good healthy plant. He's getting all the water he needs. You'll see that their leaves are just kind of cupped and pointy instead of droopy. You'll see the tops of them instead of the underside. I'll show you a blackberry that is stressed. Here's a blackberry bush that just got transplanted, so he's going through some transplant stress, also because of lack of water and just disturbing his roots. See how his leaves are flipping over? You can see the underside of them. They're droopy. They're real just pitiful. They're not tight or pointy. Here's the other blackberries. Oh, that sun came out. I've watered them all, but his are pointing straight up. They bounce right back when I mess around with them. Hope this turns out. But you don't see the underside. You can't even flip him over because he's pointing the top part of his leaves straight to the sun right now. He's healthy and doing exactly what he should. Another kind of stress that most people would be able to identify is insect. And this is a cabbage. I'm not sure what's got it because we don't see any cabbage moths, but something's eaten on both sides of it. Actually, that's a purple broccoli. And then the other plant, you can pretty much tell that. But that is a type of stress. Doesn't seem to bother the rest of him, though. So we could nip that leaf off or leave it on. It's up to you. And here on the Swiss chard, there's another insect hole that I don't know what kind it is, but he got hold of this. Cicadas like to get in there, but it's a little early for cicadas. He actually is from last year. This Swiss chard was seedlings that one of my students gave me. If she's, I don't know if Mom's on my channel or not, but that is what Brian gave me. So that's big old bush of Swiss chard, and it came back a second year. Here's another sign of plant stress. You can see the holes in his leaves. I wasn't sure if it was a bug or not. First instinct was that it was a bug, and then I got to looking, and there he is, little bitty beetle guy. So he and his friends are making these holes in these leaves, so I'm going to actually pluck this one and take it to the burn pile. These guys are fine. These are not stressed at all. These are black prince, and if anybody got some of our black prince seedlings this year, they are some of the healthiest ones. They're just bouncing back. The weather drop doesn't seem to bother them. Lack of water. We had some that got gnats and ate the roots, caused root rot. That doesn't seem to bother them either. They will have things like this. Let's see if I can get it better. Where the tips, just the nutrients are used up. No big deal. I just flipped this off of him. That's just natural. They're going to do that. Just like this one at the bottom. And I'm just going to, actually they're already kind of falling off. See, I just barely bent them. Just remove those. You don't want the bottom leaves touching the ground. So you can pinch them off, you can cut them off. Either way, this tomato cage is just laying sideways until we take the cover off. That's all that is. But you can see the other ones in the back kind of have some dried up leaves. That's natural. And they will grow taller. As they grow taller and get leaves on top, I'll snip some off the bottom just to keep them off the dirt. I see this one is touching. Is he on camera? See, he's touching the dirt, so I'm going to go ahead and pinch him so he doesn't get any early blight. I've never had early blight, but I don't really want it. Those will just come right off. The last tomato I want to show you is these. They had the gnats that I talked about, and what those little, I forget what kind of gnats they're called now, but they live in the soil, often get in your houseplants, and they will feed off the root systems. And so you see a lot of stress in this guy. I went ahead and planted him because I only had so many Better Boys. And his root, the little fuzzies you can see on all the tomato plants, see those little bitty hairs. He doesn't have a lot of those. His leaves are yellowing. He's just really stressed. He's struggling. I treated him. I put diatomaceous earth on all the seedlings and got rid of them. All the seedlings that had the gnats. And he's bouncing back. And you can tell that he is because that top is green. You're looking for bright green. They're getting more chlorophyll that way. Or they're getting more chlorophyll that way. And these guys had it too. And they're bouncing back. He's probably twice as tall as he is. Got a lot of covers out here right now to protect him from the weather. And I'm going to show you some peas next. The peas are over here and they're pretty happy. But you can see the ones over here are needing water. And they're just, you can kind of see their veins a little bit better in the plant. And they're curling. And you can tell that is how they need water. So I can't see a lot to compare it to. But same thing, their leaves won't be so curled up. You'll see them pretty firm and pointing their tops of their leaves towards the sun to get that charge of sun. And that is about all. I hope that helps with some of our watering questions. And I'll be back soon when we're done with some of this coverings and the grapevine to show you a full garden tour. Thank you.